A Tale of Two Nations, Crisis, Revolution, and the Unfolding Drama in Bangladesh. The date November 26 will forever resonate with the people of India as the anniversary of the tragic Mumbai terror attacks. Yet now, this day holds new weight for Bangladesh as the country grapples with its own unfolding crisis. A series of tumultuous events surrounding a court case, religious tensions, and the shadows of revolution have placed Bangladesh at a critical crossroads, one that could determine its very identity and future. A courtroom erupts into chaos. At noon, in the heart of Chittagong, Judge Kazi delivered a decision that would ignite a firestorm. He denied bail to Chinmoy Krishna Das, the former iskcon leader and current spokesperson for Bangladesh's Sanatan Jagran Manch. Chinmoy's supporters, angered by the ruling, erupted into violent protests outside the 6th Metropolitan Magistrate Court. The clashes spiraled out of control as police found themselves overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of the mob. The situation escalated rapidly. The prison van meant to transport Chinmoy was sabotaged, its tires punctured. Police resorted to batons, tear gas, and even grenades. But the chaos only intensified. By mid-afternoon, the area resembled a war zone. Burning vehicles, shattered glass, and frenzied crowds marked a day of mayhem. Finally, Chinmoy was taken to jail under heavy police escort, addressing his followers from the van and urging them to remain calm. Yet the violence claimed a life. Saiful Islam, an assistant public prosecutor, was killed amidst the turmoil. The day left behind destruction, loss, and a haunting question. How did Bangladesh arrive at this tipping point? 4 months after revolution, a nation in flux. Just 4 months ago, Bangladesh witnessed what many hailed as a second independence. A student-led revolution ousted the 15-year rule of Sheikh Hasina's government, marking the end of an era dominated by accusations of authoritarianism. Sheikh Hasina fled to India, and Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus took the reins of a transitional government. Optimism filled the air as promises of secularism, progress, and stability were made. But as the dust of revolution settles, cracks are beginning to show. Attacks on minorities, especially Hindus, are on the rise. Social media is rife with polarization, and the fragile new government seems ill-equipped to handle the radical elements gaining ground. This is not just about one man or one incident. The denial of bail to Chinmoy Das is becoming a symbol of deeper issues. Is this new Bangladesh truly secular? Or will radical Islamic parties tighten their grip once again? The case against Chinmoy Das, justice or persecution? Chinmoy's troubles began on October 25th when a sedition case was filed against him. The charge? Allegedly hoisting a saffron flag above Bangladesh's national flag during a Sanatan Jagran Manch event. The case was filed by Feroz Khan, a BNP leader who was later expelled from his own party, raising questions about the motives behind the accusation. Chinmoy is no stranger to controversy. Once a division secretary in iskcon, he was ousted for internal disputes, but has since emerged as a prominent figure in the Hindu minority's struggle for rights in Bangladesh. His popularity has only grown since his arrest, making him both a hero to his supporters and a target for his detractors. A dangerous precedent. Threats to secularism. Adding fuel to the fire, calls have emerged to ban iskcon altogether. These demands, based on a single newspaper article labeling iskcon as a radical fundamentalist organization, have raised alarm bells. Even though the Attorney General has dismissed the idea of such a ban, the mere consideration of it highlights the precarious position of religious minorities in Bangladesh. For India, the situation is deeply concerning. New Delhi's Ministry of External Affairs has publicly criticized the treatment of Chinmoy Das and the growing attacks on Hindus. West Bengal opposition leader Suvendu Adhikari has threatened blockades unless Chinmoy is released, further straining India-Bangladesh relations. The bigger picture, revolution at risk. The larger question looms, is the revolution failing? The very movement that promised a brighter, more inclusive future now faces criticism for its inability to deliver. Instead of addressing unemployment, inflation, and human rights violations, the transitional government seems entangled in controversies and reactionary politics. The Yunus government must decide its path. Will it focus on rebuilding a stable secular Bangladesh, or will it succumb to internal divisions and external pressures? The stakes couldn't be higher. India's role a delicate balance. India, too, stands at a crossroads. As Bangladesh's largest neighbor and closest ally, India must walk a fine line. Too much interference risks alienating Bangladesh further, potentially driving it toward China. Yet doing nothing could leave minorities in Bangladesh vulnerable and destabilize the region. The way forward, a call for change. For Bangladesh to realize the promise of its revolution, it must act decisively. It must protect minorities, restore law and order, and resist the influence of radical elements. The world is watching, and the choices made in these crucial months will determine whether this new Bangladesh will thrive or falter. The story of Chinmoy Das is not just about one man or one case. It's a test of Bangladesh's future, its identity, and its ability to rise above division and chaos to build a truly inclusive and progressive nation.